What was I gonna say? No, I'm kidding. What's up, everyone? So I'm very excited. Today's the very first movie review on my channel. I told you guys this was coming, not in that way, but you know, it's here. It's arrived. So the first movie review, special guest is my wife Cindy.
I'll just clap for myself.
I'll just clap myself. Okay, I did that when I was 17. Okay, so so we decided. Well, I decided that she's going to be my first guest on this segment because I'm poor and I can't afford to have anyone else on here. So yeah, this is and the movie that we're reviewing is one that we actually saw together and released this year. So yeah, I think we're just gonna tell you guys a little bit about this movie, our honest opinion about it.
Yeah.
And if you guys have seen this movie, let us know in the comments what you thought about it, or let me know in the comments what you thought about it. I don't care about her opinion. And if you guys haven't seen it, go watch it and then comment. I'd love to hear from you guys and your thoughts on it and everything. So let's get into this movie. Alright, so the movie that we are going to review is called Little Things, and it stars one of my all-time favorite actors, Denzel Washington, as well as Jared Leto and Rami Malek. Now, when I saw the three names on the cover, I was excited because, like I said, I'm a huge Denzel fan, and John Lee Hancock directed this movie, and I'm familiar with his work, and I thought to myself, you know what? All of these names combined will probably give us a really good movie. So we watched the movie, and I think I'll break it down in segments for you guys so that you know you get the real feeling of what we experienced and what you will probably experience. And I'll try to do it as much spoiler-free as possible.
That's what she said. That's what she said. That's what she said.
So yeah, if there's spoilers, I'll warn you guys. All right, so let's start with, I think, the acting in the movie.
Okay.
The acting,
Brilliant.
it was fucking
There's
amazing.
nothing wrong with the acting.
It was awesome. I mean, Denzel Washington is probably one of the greatest actors of all time. I'm just gonna say it outright. He's amazing. I mean, you can literally put him in any movie, give him any part, and he'll play it perfectly. He's proven that. So the acting from him was great. Rami Malek's acting was good for the part that he was given. You know, it wasn't brilliant, but it wasn't underwhelming. It was good. He was okay in the movie. Jared Leto was also brilliant in this movie. He played one creepy motherfucker. I mean, seriously. I mean, I think this character was creepier than his Joker character, to be honest.
Definitely.
This was because it's a sense of more real, like, this dude would probably rape me in prison creepy than the Joker was. So yeah, he was good. He was good. I really enjoyed his performance as well. So the acting, brilliant. I think if I were to rate the acting out of 10 in this movie, I'd probably give it a 7 or an 8 because you know everyone did a good job.
I'd give it an 8.
So the next thing that I think I want to talk about was the directing. What did you think about the directing?
Well, I'm not as much of a movie, like, what is the word? Buff as you are. So I can't use all the fancy terms and all that jazz. But I think I actually enjoyed the movie and the way it was set and the time that it was in. You know, it plays off in the 90s, and I think they got that right pretty.
Just a little cool information for you guys. John Lee Hancock actually wrote this movie in the 90s, but he made it this year.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so for the directing, like, I don't know John Lee Hancock at all, honestly. This might be the first movie of his I've ever seen, but without saying too much, everything up until the ending I loved.
All right, so we're getting to that.
Yeah.
This is a build up to that. All right, so the directing I probably give 7 as well. You know, Not bad. Not bad at all.
It was good.
Now we get to the part that pissed me off severely.
And me.
Let's talk about the story.
You know you want to.
So the story, for those of you guys that haven't seen the movie, it's basically about this guy, Denzel Washington's character, who was a detective, and he was working a case, and the case led him to a divorce and a heart attack and everything. It was a pretty bad,
Pretty rough.
pretty rough time that he was going through. So, we meet him after he was demoted as detective. He moved to a town that's a little bit up north from the town where he was a detective, and he's now just a normal uniformed officer doing his day-to-day.
A pretty good one also.
Yeah. So he gets asked to, I think, deliver evidence to the county that he was in previously. And he goes there and he gets swooped up in a new murder case that's like the one that he was working way back when. Now, up until this point, the story makes sense. It's you're following it pretty well.
It's actually pretty intriguing.
So they start investigating these murders, and they start, nailing down suspects that they think, could have done it, all of those kinds of things. Still very good. Then, without giving spoilers, everything just kind of disappears. Seriously, the whole storyline kind of just evaporates, and now it's focused on a big twist that's in the movie. I'm gonna say that was a cool twist. I did not expect the twist, but it completely forgets what it's about right after the twist, and then a couple of things happen, and the ending is kind of like, that it's not a bad ending per se, but it leaves you with so many questions.
More questions than answers.
In the beginning of the movie, you have questions about certain things. Those questions never get answered.
So it's very unsatisfying.
Yeah, there's just it just the movie leaves you hanging, and it's not a good kind of a leaves you hanging ending like like maybe Shutter Island or No Country for Old Men, which are both brilliant movies. This one literally just leaves you hanging in the middle of nowhere. And you're kind of just like, okay, but why did I spend 2 hours and 7 minutes watching this? For what reason? What's the end game here? There's no end game. So the thing that there was no end game for me was just, it was frustrating. You kind of sit there. I don't know about you. What did you think about the ending?
It was immensely frustrating because now you're sitting there, you're like, oh, we gotta find out now who was the mastermind here, and then it's just nothing. And for a while, it's like, oh, okay, wait, but this is going somewhere, and then it just dies. So it kind of leaves you with, I guess what they wanted to do is they want to make you kind of, you decide what happens, but I have no idea even what to think of what happens because there's no clue whatsoever.
This movie is basically open to theory at the end of the movie. I mean, I have a bunch of theories that could have happened, and they all could be right, but that's the thing. It's a theoretical nightmare.
Yeah.
There's so many unanswered questions. There's so much plot that they kind of just missed, at the end of the movie, which kind of makes you feel like you just wasted your time watching it. It really wasn't that great of an ending. The like I said, everything was good.
Yeah.
Right up until about, I'd say, 20 to 30 minutes before the movie ends. Then it's kind of like, okay, but where the hell is this going? It kind of just changes direction, but there's no direction.
And that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
So
I'd give the story a 4.
I would give it a 5.
I don't know.
Because everything leading up to the end was great, but then that end is just, it leaves you wanting more.
Yeah. And there is no room for a sequel. That's the thing.
No.
There's no room for a sequel in this movie. If they ended it in a way where you can say, okay, they could make a sequel if they did, there's no room for sequel, which pisses me off because this is a one-time movie that it's just there. So yeah, I have to be honest, I didn't enjoy the movie. And I mean, like I said, I'm a huge Denzel fan. I've watched all his movies. I enjoyed every single one of them. You know, I'm not a big drama fan, but I even sat through Flight and I thought it was amazing, you know? But this is just bad. This is bad on many different levels. So, yeah, there's I don't think there's too many spoilers in there, you know, that you guys can say, you know, I kind of screwed it up for you guys. But I think, you know, if you're a fan of Denzel and you like his acting, watch the movie. There's nothing wrong with his acting. You know, it's good.
Anyone's acting.
It's just that the story is gonna, I think, anger you in a way that
After a certain point,
yeah,
yes.
in a way that little movies have done to me in the past. It's really just it's not good. Yeah, I think for overall, I'll give the movie a 6 out of 10.
Yep.
Because, you know, like I said, the acting, the directing, very, very good. The story, good up until the last 20 minutes. And then it just kind of, all the wheels fall off the car. And it's just, what the hell am I watching? So, yeah. It's one of those endings, you know. Meh is kind of still a good ending. This is a ending. But, yeah, so I think watch the movie. If you guys have seen it, let me know in the comments. Let's see what you guys thought about it. Remember, these are just my opinions and my guests' opinions, you know. We decided to do this for a fun little other segment on my channel. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Go follow my links. I do a lot of stuff on there. Not porn yet. So go check that out. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week. I'm not sure whether it's going to be a gaming video or another movie review. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this very first movie review. And I'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Peace.